Again, I want to thank our president, Satish Tripathi. I want to thank Danny White for hiring me. I would like to thank Alan Green for not letting me go when he got the job, and was my sport administrator through the entire process. And one thing I love about our administration is that they allow us to be, and they just allow us to be as crazy as you want to be. I've been in a lot of different jobs, and this is a job that I felt really comfortable in my own skin to be able to coach the way I think is good for me and for our program, and for it to evolve into something this special. I know God has a plan for us, and it's all an individual plan, but when you get together with young people that absolutely believe in what we're trying to do, the plan seems to come to fruition a lot faster than most. So I'm just really humbled by this and really excited about where we are right now.
Questions for Stephanie, Catherine?
Stephanie, could you just describe the last play? Did it play out the way it was drawn up? You came across a screen from Cassie. Just tell us what happened and what went through your mind.
Coach Jack said to me, 3 seconds is a long time, that's 2 dribbles and a shot. And I'm pretty sure I took exactly 2 dribbles and shot it. So just do what Coach says, you know.
She's finally starting to listen.
Got to stick to the game plan, hey.
So with that, but you kind of, Cassie set a pick, you came across, and then, how would you describe the shot you hit?
Oh, goodness, I don't know. I was speechless about it, honestly. Cassie set a great screen, really, and that wasn't drawn up. So she just played basketball, and we were just playing basketball, and that's how we won. So. No, I didn't call bank, unfortunately. I should have. I wasn't really thinking about it at the moment.
Steph, I have to ask you about the time spent on the bench in the fourth quarter. Were you a little surprised and itching to go back in?
I mean, no. Gabby's done an exceptional job, especially this tournament, and she's really stepped up as a backup point guard, and I trust her a lot. I mean, she does a really great job at when we're down, firing everyone up, getting the ball running, and I mean, she's grown a lot just over this tournament, so I trust her, and I trust Coach Jack and her decision-making. So I think Gabby did an absolutely phenomenal job bringing us back into the game, and she really got us up, and I really handed that to her. She did a really great job. So,
Catherine, can you talk about your 2 threes and on back-to-back possessions, just what you were thinking at that time?
I think just when you're in a team with 2 players like these, the whole defense has to watch where they are, watch where they cut, and watch where they go. So it really just gives an opportunity for anyone else to be open. And I think just that's how it works. That's how it works. When these 2 are guarded, as they are guarded every game, someone else has to step up.
What do you see as your role on the team, and how would you you don't, as you sort of suggested, you defer to, the all-league players on offense. How do you see your role on the team, and what do you think of your offensive game?
I think I step up when they need me. These 2 take control. They score points every day, game in, game out. And then just when things aren't working, they come to me, and I just find my shots. I find just these 2 are more like decoys that allows anyone else to score in their offense.
Does Coach Jack yell at you to shoot more?
Sometimes, yeah.
Joanna, after that big first quarter, it was kind of like one of your typical games. Your defense really dug down. Did you feel that was the case, that the defense in the end really pulled this team through?
Yeah, I think so. I think our big did a tremendous job second half with Tanara Moore, and I think our guards did a tremendous job with 3 and 10, not letting them get open looks at the 3-point line. So Coach Jack told us heading in after halftime that defensive rebounds and defense was going to win the game for us, and so we had to step up on that.
Joanna, I mean, you guys were 8th place, the highest seed ever to win this thing. To play 3 games like this at such a high level, score 88 points yesterday. Are you surprised? Are you surprised you went 8 and 10 in league? And what is your overall reaction? How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I feel good. I mean, teams counted us out from the get-go, which is fine because, I mean, like Coach Jack said, no one knows our fight but us. I think our team did a tremendous job of, just putting our nose down and doing the work. you know, to get to this point, just to get a chance to play for a MAC championship. And I think our team really stepped up, everybody, when their number was called.
You had a tumultuous offseason, a lot of turnaround. You lose some key seniors, including Mackenzie Losing, to injury. Did you realistically think that this was in the cards to be right here at this time?
I mean, in the back of my mind, I already knew we had, like, we're a talented team. Our record didn't reflect that, but I knew deep down in my mind that we could be MAC championships. We just had to put our nose down, do the work, you know, play for each other, be there for each other, and I think everything else took care of itself.
Stephanie, have you had a game-winning buzzer beater before in your career?
No, never. First one.
Dating back to as far as you can remember?
Yeah, I've never had one. Never. Good timing.
For Stephanie and Catherine, I mean, you're halfway around the world from home. I mean, you made this decision to come a long way. You know, do you, just what does it mean to you to have this happen?
I think just coming all the way from the other side of the world and to win a MAC championship, to come from 8th seed to a MAC championship is just something like unbelievable. And although like we can't share it with our families, like in person, they're all at home supporting us just as much as they're supporting us here.
What time is it?
What time is it now?
7 a.m. maybe 7 or 8 a.m.
So how many?
What time is it?
Did you?
It's 8.
Yeah. So I think my parents woke up at 5 a.m. to watch the game.
So Mum and Dad just woke up to a MAC championship. Yay!
It's so cool.
Congratulations, ladies. We'll let you get back in the locker room.
Okay.
We'll let Coach stay for 2 more questions.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, guys. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It seemed everything you did turn to gold, it seemed, substitution-wise this weekend. But there were a lot of us out there when Stephanie was on the bench for 5 minutes in the fourth, were just going, what is going on? We were actually, honestly, what was the thinking there?
You know, you're not the first person that questioned me. My husband behind you, he questions me every day, so I'm used to it. You know, you go with the flow, and when you tell these young ladies that I believe in you, and you're just as valued as the next person, sometimes you got to prove it. And sometimes you got to prove it on the biggest stage. And in that situation, Stephanie was taking the game to the east to the west a little bit too much, and we wanted to be in attack mode. We wanted to go north-south. It's a little bit harder, and I know that Gabby just has no yellow light. Everything's green, forward, 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 and we needed that kind of a push. But at the last minute of the fourth quarter, I saw Gabby starting to look a little nervous and and then the game goes into overtime. We knew that we had to get Stephanie back in. So you got to give these young people a chance. You know, my mom said to me one day, sometimes you gotta push them and they're gonna fly. Sometimes you gotta allow them to become, and they can become people with wings. And I trust my players. I trust all of them. And this is a different way to coach. A lot of people believe in 5 or 6 kids. I believe in every kid that I bring in here.
You started out the game with a very fast play, and it was very reminiscent of the game yesterday. And from past trends this season, it really hasn't worked out too well for this team. And was it your goal to slow it down in the half? And when you got back your front court, because Ouster was sitting out, and same with Morrison.
Yeah, you know, when you get to this point here, you gotta follow their lead, in my opinion, and I let them figure out the pace of it. And I like that pace that was pushing forward and forward, forward, because our story is important to us. And I thought that we started becoming safe. And once you become safe, a lot of mistakes are being made. And so that's why we went to Gabby to really push it to the next level. We're going to win or we're going to lose. You're going to know we're going to come through. We're coming through you. We're coming forward, because that's, to me, it's a microcosm of life. You don't get safe because you almost arrive. You almost arrive. You get safe after you finish, and we had to finish. And I'm glad that these young ladies picked the pulse of the game. I followed their lead in the middle of it, and at the end, we gave it back to them.
congratulations, you're going to the NCAA tournament. How excited are you to find out how these women perform in that stage?
Thank you for calling them that. You know, I've been coaching for 27 years, and this is the first time I've ever, as a coach, have gone to the NCAA as an assistant coach or head coach. I helped build Michigan State, and then I took the job at Hofstra, and that team went. I helped build Syracuse as an assistant coach. I left to go to Michigan State. That team went. This is the first time that I've been a part of it when we actually are going together. And I just think that God brought this out moment here for me because these are the special people that I'm supposed to be with. This is administration I'm supposed to have. This is the time in my life it's supposed to be done. And I'm just so humbled that this is the right time. I keep in my drawer every day, I had, why not us? Why not now? And I was opening it up every single day, and I just started closing my drawer faster when we were on a little slide. And then a couple of things happened in the last 9 or 10 games. I started opening that drawer up and seeing those words again, and I started, you know, regaining stronger faith. I didn't lose all my faith, but I certainly questioned it a little bit. And I just know that this is a time where I'm supposed to be. God is good. That's all I can tell you.
Two questions on defense. One, could you talk about defending the post? I mean, there were Moore had 18, but I mean, there were stretches where it looked like she might score 40. Could you just talk about defending?
They're special inside. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, for sure. We tried a lot of different things when we turned her middle, we forced her middle, and she started scoring with her left hand. And so we said, okay, we're going to double this kid because statistically, she's not a great passer. And then she started passing out of the trap very well. And so what we tried to do next was try to fake the double and then go back and then let the guard come in and double down and try to get the steals. And that seemed to frustrate her a little bit. We knew that the guards were going to play well, but we weren't banking on the bigs to be that special. And so we adjusted and we took a chance and left their Presley open a couple times and just dug in on Tanara, and it seemed to work for us.
And then, you know, obviously your matchup zone is so good. They lit it up yesterday from the perimeter. Talk about the decision to go mostly man against them.
Well, we knew that if we went player to player against those guys, it would have been the lights out from the beginning. And we knew that if we had a chance at all, not only are we going to be player to player, we got to hedge hard and really let them not see it. If they were going to give anything up, let it be twos, not threes, and it seemed to work for us.
I hear you've talked about that you'd like your team to be a rainbow. You got women from Australia, California, Mississippi. Why do you like that, and how does that help a team like this have its own personality?
Well, we don't go and pick people from different countries or different cities because this is a cool country. We try to find the character kids that fit what we're trying to build, and then the academic kids that understand the academic standards of University at Buffalo. And then we just think that we got some great coaches that can coach them up and help them to become better. People really thought it was silly of us to go after, to have a Cassie come transfer over from a smaller conference like the NEC. I just saw it in her eyes that she just want to be better. And I think her best is yet to come. You know, you take a chance on a Mariah Suchen who could go Ivy, could have went to Yale, could have went to Columbia. That's the kind of academic standard she has. And she loved being at Buffalo. She loved coming to play for us. So you just go get kids that can play for you and that can stand for what we stand for. And then you coach them up the best you can. We certainly want more athleticism, for sure.
Last spring when I talked to Catherine, she was a 4.0 student. Do you know if she still is?
If she's not, she's a hair away from it.
And, you know, is it true that, you know, you kind of ride her a little bit to shoot a little more?
Yeah, I just tell her, you know, defense is one thing that takes heart and guts and desire and all that stuff. But you know what? If you got your first impression has to be something that people see. And all I'm asking you, I didn't tell you to make the shot. I'm telling you to take the shot. You know, you have a right to be offensive too. And she just loves us to be a part of it, but not the reason why. Well, you can't play. If you're not going to take the shot, you can't play. And she'd rather shoot the ball and play than not shoot the ball and sit the bench. So.
She's a defender first, because that's her role.
Yes, absolutely. As a defender first, but because she chose that, not because I told her that. She has her green light to shoot whenever she gets in the gym. Those are her shots. She earned the right to shoot it. You don't get that right just because you're on a team. You have to earn the right. And this young lady lives in the gym. She's not in the gym. She's at the pool watching her boyfriend break records. Thank you guys for all you do. All for one.